Ah, yes. I love you. Yes. Yes. Tonight we're going to go on and we're going to tell them about how I installed Linux Mint Mate this week. Yes. Yes. Oh, thank you for saying so. Yes, yes. Thank you. It's very, very nice of you to say that. I'm so smart. I installed Linux. I love you. All right. I guess I'm going to go do the live stream tonight and tell everyone about how wonderful Linux Mint is and how great Linux is. All right. All right. Well, we got two people. Well, one person on the internet's watching right now. So I better talk about Linux tonight. Yeah, I'll talk about Linux tonight with them. Yes, thank you for saying that. I'm so smart. All right, hey guys, how's it going? Robbie Strike here, here to talk about Linux Mint Mate. I've installed that this week on my computer. Here we go. Here we got it right here. Can I get rid of that? My thing there, captions. I want to know if I can get rid of that deal there. That part. I don't know. We'll find out tonight. How do I minimize that? There we go. So yeah, so I've installed Linux Mint Mate on my desktop computer. Are we going out on YouTube? Ooh, dear. I better just double check here, make sure we're going live and all that. Live streaming, eh? Oh yeah, I'm on there. Okay, yeah, it's just not too many people are interested in the Linux system, but that's all right. That's just what I'm gonna be covering tonight. Oh, it went away. Good. So we're looking at this desktop here. So yeah, oh yeah, Leo and I were talking a little bit earlier. There also is XFCE. It's gonna get closer to this mic here. Should have put that there. There you go. Yeah, so there's the reason for this is Mate. It's good for older PCs, older computers. That's kind of what I've done with Linux in the past. Is I just it saves a lot of old computers from the dumpster. So yeah, I've installed this in here. This Linux Mint 20.3 Una. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But yeah, so when you go to the linuxmint.com page, you can download the ISO, you can download the Cinnamon edition, you can download the Mate edition, and the XFCE edition. And I guess there's the Cinnamon Edge. And what these are is ISO files. So typically what you do is you download the ISO to your computer and you put it on a thumb drive to your computer. So I put it on here. I think it was a bit of a larger image that I installed on here. I think it was like definitely more than 4 gigabytes. When I first started using Linux, it was on CD-ROMs and it would be like 500 700 megabytes and you'd install it. And now we've moved on to installing them on thumb drives. This is just like an old 16 gigabyte thumb drive. Plug that in the computer, install Linux, and I got a separate hard drive. The nice thing with a desktop computer is I can have different operating systems on different hard drives, and Grub will see the other hard drives, which is kind of a nice feature. So I could basically pop out other hard drives and use that on my system. So it's a nice thing with Linux Mint. I'm just going to bring my video there in the background. There we go, with that switcher effect in the background. So yeah, we got some people joining us in the chat room. We got Carl. Says he said, hi, I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. How's it going, Carl? We got the North Coaster Hobby, Patrick, chiming in. And we have Jeffrey Kenny. How's it going, Jeffrey? Yeah, and tonight's topic is about Linux Mint, and we're just gonna look at the features of Linux Mint. I've installed it here on my system today. Now, is it showing this? Okay, just hide that. There we go. So you can see what's going on. So you do like an install. You'll have your, your basic features of Linux. You'll have your toolbar at the bottom, and that's one of the things with Mint. Yeah, I'm just gonna pop myself up here in the upper corner there. No, that. I thought I could move this guy here. No. Sorry, I'm just playing around with my switcher. So there's a taskbar here at the bottom, kind of like, whoops, I'm in the wrong screen. Kind of like Windows XP. That's what the thing that really reminds me of Mint is that it's very Windows XP like. That's one of the OSs I was using a long time ago, and I just thought I'd like that feel of it. It has your it comes with a bunch of programs pre-installed, so it has like all your basic things like an image viewer, disk management tools, document viewers, so you can view PDF files and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of that stuff comes built in with it. A little notepad program, USB writer. There's some educational software. There's some graphic software. Document scanner, which is a very useful tool for a lot of the time. I use the document scanner to scan in documents and make PDF files. Simple drawing program, and this is like more of the bare bones version of it. Several internet programs. I did go ahead and install a few programs here for Mint. Comes with Firefox pre-installed. So when you install Linux Mint, it'll come default with Firefox. I did install Chrome just for some of the features of it. I installed GQRX for the software-defined radio because it's one of the features that I use a lot. What else? I've tried this Vinon program for remote desktop viewing, but I found it's more open source, but I found it's more difficult to use than the other program that I was using, which is No Machine. I'd like to figure out how to use it though. It's just a matter of time. And the thing about using Linux is it's all about if you have that time and availability to use it. I haven't played around with this KDE Connect. But and also it comes with all the Office programs pre-installed. So has LibreOffice. I don't know if I said that right, but that's the way I'm saying it right now. And LBRY Writer, which is your word processing program. Kind of a handy tool to have if you're going to be doing a lot of word processing or whatever. I use text editor, but this is kind of nice. I'm a very bad speller, so I try to run my spelling mistakes through that so that I can post it online. But actually, usually when I'm using Firefox, it will underline and let me know when I'm making a spelling mistake. So that's kind of a nice handy feature of it to have. There's a draw program, everything that you expect. Some programming programs here. Geno radio compilation. Interesting. Sound and video. Now, I installed with the Mate edition of this software. I had to install VLC. Typically, I use VLC as one of my main video viewers. It comes with celluloid. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but that's like the default video player that comes with this OS. So kind of a nice, I guess they moved away from VLC because VLC typically is the default video player in a lot of the OSs. This thing here is Hypnotix. It's like a TV viewer program. It actually looks kind of nice here. It has TV channels from all around the world. And I'm just... The thing was, when I used it, is a lot of the programs didn't load, so it could be that I bet you NASA would work. But I got this this circle. There you go. NASA did work. Here I am saying, I clicked on all the Canadian programs, and a lot of the programs did work. But this is kind of neat that it does have this. Although I did find there was a few dead links on here. But it has like the retro TV and all that, and that's all pre-installed. I didn't install this myself. This is what came in this version of Linux Mint Mate. So I had like several TV channels, Stadium, Biz. I don't know. I'm not going to go through all the TV channels for this program. I think that could be a video in itself. But what I found is I don't know if there's a way to update the M3U list for this. It's nice that it has all the graphics for the TV channels. Oh. Yeah, retro TV came up, but sometimes the retro TV stream is different than the regular stream. Anyway, the free TV viewer, which is kind of neat that they have that. What else do we have in here? I'm just gonna go back. I found that to be an interesting one. Rhythmbox, which I'll open that up. That's a default program. It comes in it for media files. Oops, it opened up on this screen. I'm using two screens, by the way. So it's for dragging the windows around. It's gonna look like that. It's nothing fancy. This is very bare bones Linux install. It's meant for like maybe your slower, older computers that might be a little bit slower. But you can use this to catch your podcast. You just go find your podcast. You would add the link in here and have all your podcasts downloaded automatically using Rhythmbox. I've used Rhythmbox. I actually used Rhythmbox back in the days when I had an iPod, one of those music players for listening to podcasts. And this program did it quite well. I had to go into iTunes and format the iPod because I didn't like MP3s being loaded on it. But once I formatted it, this program handled it pretty well for getting all my MP3s on that old iPod. But yeah, you got music radio stations on here. There you go. They have some pre-loaded radio stations on Rhythmbox. Just a handy program that it typically comes pre-installed with Linux. What else do we have in here? I installed OBS Studio, and I also installed Kdenlive because I do a lot of video editing. Kdenlive is my video editor of choice for the most part. This is what I use when I am doing most of my edits for my YouTube channel. I've tried a few other programs, but mostly my go-to is Kdenlive. So I did a render test just to try, a quick little test video here. If I can, there we go, move the timeline up, and it handled the 4K video pretty decently. I was just and I have it doing transitions and stuff like that in the video editor. And tried to full screen it there, but it went to the other screen right now. But anyway, that's Kdenlive. Did a few transitions. I'm not a big fan of the updates that they did with Kdenlive. I harp on this a lot. Is the render options have been changed around from what they originally had. Just for example, for video rendering, when you're rendering your video file, it can be quite. They had an old system in here where you just basically said what you want the bit rate of the video to be, and it would make that bit rate. And this one, it tends to work with a very different way of doing editing. It's been like that for years. So I actually been using a very old version of Linux with a very old version of Kdenlive, which I've been happy with. But that's Kdenlive. It's a pretty good video editor. Once you get past the rendering options, though, the new version works. So far, it's worked decently for me. I have had issues with. I was using Linux Mint 20 point something, and it was the Cinnamon edition, and I wasn't quite happy with it. It was just having a lot of issues with programs not working properly. Yeah, so I don't know if there's anything I need to talk about in that. I'm just sort of giving a rundown of it. Also, one program I find is very handy, and I already talked about that, but I must want to go into it a little bit more. Is graphics is document scanner, also known as Simple Scan. So it's just loading up a scanner. I have like a little Samsung monochrome printer, and I want to scan this document in. This is just like scanner radio frequencies for I don't even know if half these things are still around, but I just pulled it off the pulled that off of a website. Here, I'll throw it in there. Because sometimes I just have I just have a need to. Oh, there, we've got a problem there. It's not. It says install drivers, and I shouldn't have to install drivers. That's kind of weird that it said that there. Maybe if I relaunch it, it will just run. Maybe after it's woke up the scanner, it will work. Yep, look. So it's asking for that. That's one of the weird things have been noticing recently with Linux is when I try to run the scanner, it does it. Sometimes it says it won't see it, and then other times I reload the program and then it works. Probably a problem with my hardware. And you can see the scanner is going to scan in the document. Oh, failed scan. There we go. I'll try it again. There we go. It's scanning it in now. So you see the red line, and it's just scanning in the page, and then you just save it as a PDF file. Where is this? Go here. Oh, there. The save button is the little floppy disk, the hard floppy disk. And I'll just say scan test and save it in the documents. And this is just, radio frequencies for scanners, basically your fire department and all that kind of stuff. I think a lot of these have gone digital now, so I can't really pick it up with my old analog scanner. What else do we have in here? So I had some notes here, things to talk about. I think I covered it. Oh yeah, one last thing here I want to talk to before I open up the lines here. And I'll go back to this in a minute or two. I just wanted to go through. I call this my killer app feature for Linux is the GQRX for the software-defined radio. I'll get this program loaded up. I still call them programs. Some people call them apps. I'll bring it over here. Make sure I select the Realtek SDR. That's the one. There we go. Just playing around with my SDR. Went up to, went too high. I actually did hear some people on the CB earlier tonight. The skip must be rolling in. Oh, there we go. I hear someone right there on. And I don't think you guys will be able to hear that with the. But I am hearing some CB radio chatter and shortwave radio and all that. Oh, I even hear some. Oops, I went too low. I actually hear some sideband here tonight. Yeah, sideband's quite active tonight, actually. Anyway, I won't go into CB radio too much. I think it'd be fun to go through this right now, but Yeah, very active on CB radio tonight. Bands must be coming in really good, and I probably don't even have my LM. Just try. Really active here on CB tonight. But also, I can use this to listen to shortwave. Put it down to AM. I haven't really markered in all the. Let's go down to where it's very active. Probably around here. There you go. There's some music in there going on with the SDR. So the SDR stuff is working pretty good. Anyway, so yeah, that's GQRX. That's what I use for my SDR, which I have my MLA 80 outside, and just use that for shortwave radio listening. I've actually found, I don't know what something with this install of GQRX. It's using 2.12, and it's sounding a lot clearer. Like I was having a hard time last week hearing anyone on CB radio. So yeah, I'll bring up some callers here. I got our callers, some people joining in with the chat. You can join in too if you're in the chat. There's a link in the YouTube video. I don't know if it went to Twitch or in all those other places, but it's on the YouTube video, and you can join me for a chat. Bring up Leo, and I'll bring up Kurt. Leo and Kurt, welcome to the chat. Oh, another thing I want to show you. This is actually one of my my preferences for Linux is, I don't know if I can move it here. I want to put the temp panel on top. Move. There we go. And how do I put the panel on top here? I'm just trying to figure out how to do that as I'm on air here. Maybe I need to close this program to just make some space in here. I'll close this text editor down. Yeah, cancel that. Well, let me move it there. New panel, reset all panels, add to panels properties. Bottom. Oh, yeah, there we go. So if I want to put the panel on top there we go. I just drop it on the top. And there, I got the temp panel up here. That's just how I like to roll with Linux. I like having it up there. Kind of gives me a bit more of a retro feel. The other distro of Linux I'd love to talk about would be the Commodore 64 version of Linux, which really looked cool. I thought that was a pretty awesome version of Linux. We lost. I don't hear anyone talking there, so I'll just drop that down. So yeah, welcome screen. Oh, it's back here. Maybe. There's the welcome screen. Okay. There we go. So yeah, it always comes with a welcome screen. Now, what I did do, which I thought I'm a little bit disappointed here with Linux Mint Mate, the 64-bit version here, is I installed this. I did the driver upgrade, and I installed the NVIDIA proprietary driver. And I think what I found is when I would play videos, it was doing the screen tear. So if you have, for a lot of video cards in Linux, you can get like the tearing effect. So it's a really tricky thing to get that adjusted in Linux. So anyway, it's working fine for now. I think one of the things I may want to do is bring it back to its original driver, because I'm not actually impressed with the NVIDIA driver, unless there's a way of fixing that screen tear. I mean, it's looking bad when I play videos full screen. So I don't know if there's any other programs I missed talking about here that are pretty big ones that I should maybe go over. Has your, what you'd expect with Linux. You can always try these out too. You can burn it to a live disk and not even install it on your computer, and just and play around with it if you want to. Displays, appearance. One thing I like to do is with my windows is change. I like the metallic look though. They got a very nice metallic look. I like these the blue turquoise dark looks that they have for the windows. Whoops, there we go. Let's go back to that. That looks really nice. Like, I have my other system like that, and there you go. And I just found that's a really nice view. I like the darker windows effect as opposed to the default version of that. So that's good. The background, let's see here. Oh, that's the theme. Okay, I went with that theme. So basically that theme's changed it around quite a lot. Preferences for the button there. I wonder if I can get desktop theme. There's a few dark themes here. Favorites. Applications. So search bar on top. System custom height. You can change the height and mess around with all your menu settings. I wanted to see if I can. Oh yeah, the icon. I wonder if I could change that. Oh, okay. Look at this. So I'm not a fan of circles. I'm kind of a square guy. If you can look at my glasses, I like square glasses. I'm not a fan of the roundish things. So the logo here in Linux Mint is kind of, I don't know, roundish. I'm gonna try this, the traditional Linux Mint. There we go. There we go. I like that. I just like that green Linux Mint. I'm wearing my green minty t-shirt today. Yeah. So I just wanted to change that around. You can change around other things. You can actually make this basically any PDF file you want. If you have a picture of your face or have a logo of yourself or whatever, you can customize Linux Mint Mate and have it however you want. I don't know if I could change the graphics a whole lot on this or not, but anyway, that's one thing. It's kind of get my settings more toward my liking right now for my operating system. And I don't know anything more about this, but that I'm quite happy with this. The background, I actually have like usually my own particular. Oh, I like. What's this here? Is it the moon or is it a crystal? Oh, it's a crystal ball. That's kind of a really nice background. These are just default backgrounds. I just like, you can download any background off the internet and put it onto your system. I saw a background. I shared it on my Facebook this week where somebody took their desktop wallpaper and made it look like a McDonald's menu. And I thought that was actually hilarious, but also it made me kind of hungry. So I thought that was kind of neat that someone did that. But yeah, you can do different whatever backgrounds. Here's a nice background too. I like blue. I think that would go nice with the windows, with the darker windows. That nice blue color kind of blends in with this this folder. But you can put whatever you want on the background. If you ever want to change your background, you always have that option just right there, is to change desktop background to whatever. If you have pictures in your system or whatever. Fonts. Now, you can change the fonts around too, which is a nice thing. You can actually download fonts. There's if you just Google it, there's several fonts. Like you can, if you want to get retro fonts, Windows 3.1 fonts, you want to get Atari or Amiga fonts for your computer, you can add that as well, which is kind of a cool thing to have if you really want to customize your desktop. Buttons show icon. What does that mean? So it's kind of showing, is that what it's a, maybe. I kind of like the old school version where we just manage the windows like that. One thing I don't like that Cinnamon added, but I think I can change the settings around in Cinnamon, is how you'll have Firefox and might have a few different browsers open up for Firefox, and it puts all on one, and you have to move your mouse down and move to the one that you want. I kind of like the old school way that we've always that I guess has been traditional in Linux, is to be able to just be able to look down on that. Anyway, I don't know if there's anything else really I need to go changing on here. Oh, see that? Like, that looks a lot nicer now. I went with the dark background, and as opposed to the metallic Linux background, I think this already looks good. Like, here, I open up my file browser and go into my picture. It's all empty because I just installed all this, but I think this looks nice. Like, this is kind of a nice look to it. There's a Tron settings. I wonder if I can, maybe go in my tools, administration. I don't know if I can download the Tron theme. I had that going for a while. I really like that. It'd be awesome if they had the Commodore 64 theme. That would be main menu. So this is kind of nice to have if you have games, for example. Right now, there's no games highlighted in there. Probably want to have other as well. And I hear Leo chiming in. Games.
It's not gonna let you select it because you have no games.
Oh, okay, that's probably why. Here, let's install a game. So I'll tell you, like, I don't know, like, this is how I like to install, what I like about Linux Mint and Ubuntu. And I haven't gotten into the whole thing that the Linux Mint is based on Ubuntu. It's a Debian-based version of Linux, for those that don't know. And I'll just install Armagedron because, like, that's like my favorite Linux game of all time. And I'll just install that. We'll see how long it takes to install Armagedron. You can ask me for password.
You know what I really like? I like the Tux cart.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Tuxcart and Armageddon are kind of the two most, I guess, what you'd say, known games on there. I don't know how long it's going to take to install it because oh yeah, it's all ready to go. Yeah, I'll just go. I'll quickly just go into it. I don't know if it's gonna. Oh no, it's all messed up. Exit. It's got two screens here, so it's not going to play on with the live stream. But it's loaded, ready to go. I think I covered it in one of my videos before. Armagedron. I'll put Tuxcart on here though. There's a ton of programs called Tux. Super Tuxcart is the one you said there, Leo?
Yeah, it's the first one.
Yeah. I'll install
It's gonna be like Mario Kart.
Yeah, it's basically kind of like Mario Kart for Linux. Is it full screen when I bring that up?
No.
Okay, yeah, it's window. And Brandon, is it worth the effort to go from 2.1 to 2.3? I don't know. The one I was using before, it was just, I found nothing, but it was probably hardware and software compatibility issues that I was running into, and I was finding there's a ton of things not working properly. So my hope is that if I move one phase up in my Linux distro, I won't see those problems. And I think that's happened to me before.
The way I've been doing it is I'm getting automatic updates, but no program updates. That's the way I like it.
Yeah.
I like to manually update the software.
Yeah, I do that myself and go through that whole process. JR says, interesting. I know nothing about nothing of Linux. Used to think it had to do with Peanuts characters. Then saw the penguin and became more confused. Yeah, it's I would say it's like the alternative to Windows and Apple, and for operating system. And also, we're in a time now. People don't. I don't know. I don't think people are using desktops as much as they used to. People are using phones and tablets. Like probably more people are on their phone now. And this is the mainstream. But my channel doesn't necessarily cater to the mainstream people. I'm kind of like the niche group, I guess. I talk about satellite TV. I talk about Linux and kind of alternative technology. But I find it's fun to play around with it. It makes computers like being a hobby again, like how it used to be back in the old days.
I have a question for you, Robbie. What made you go into Linux, like to gravitate to Linux?
We got Todd J. Riddle saying, "Hey, shout out from South Dakota. Hey, how's it going, Todd?" I heard about it probably quite a few years before I actually got Linux on my computer. I think I originally heard about it it was actually from people from my church, in two different instances. One was a guy that he worked for Digital. Well, years ago, he worked for Digital, and but got bought, and I don't know what it was now. But he told me about Linux, and basically, he told me you have to pay $20 for it, but it's for the service. But I think back in those days, you had to buy so that you can get the discs. And then later on, anyway, I went years later and never actually used it. Heard about it, heard a little bit about it, and then also they used to have it. They used to sell like I don't know which version they sold, but they had it in either Best Buy or Future Shop, one of those Canadian retailers when Windows 98 or XP was coming out, and they had this box, and it was like this operating system, and I forget what it was at the time. But I was almost interested in buying that, but I thought, well, I might want to just get XP. So anyway, later on, fast forward, my pastor in Ottawa was setting up a phone system, and you ran on Ubuntu, and he was trying to get it set up to run on Ubuntu for this phone answering system off this old PC. And he got me a Ubuntu disk, and it was like, I don't know if it was 2005 or 6, around that time. And so I put it on got a separate hard drive on my computer at home and installed it. And because I was afraid it would mess up my Windows machine, but I got into it. I tinkered around with it, and then basically I got really passionate about it, and I just basically kind of used Linux more than I was using Windows. And in those days, I was editing videos. I was using video editors in Windows and playing around with that. And anyway, got into and then YouTube was coming around around that time. And there's a guy on. It's really loud. Oh, I don't want to do anything. I just want to play. How do I play this thing? Got my headphones on. The music's like blasting. How do I? Oh, wait. There we go. So there's how you turn the audio down when you got like a game and you got audio mixing and it's cranked like crazy. You hit that. All right, so we're gonna try to play this guy here. All right, so do I need to do anything here, Leo?
No, just single player.
Single player. I want
to. Yeah, that's just play just by yourself, like in a time travel or with other computers.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be.
Like the computer will play for you, like like against you. You know, it's not no other people. You know.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want like pole position, like for Atari 2600, right? I'm trying. I'm probably like you're like what pole position makes me sound not a forward back for like the. Oh, I'm just sitting there. Okay, forwards to drive. I'm driving like in this underwater tunnel thing here, and I'm gonna suck because I'm not.
I think it's N for the NOS.
You know, I don't think I've really played this game before, Leo. I'm not a gamer either. This is not a gaming channel. Like I am not a gamer, but oh, there's a banana peel there.
Yeah, I don't play that many games too. There's only one game I used to play, and this one.
How do I get in the second gear? Like, where's my gearbox thing to go faster?
There is no gears.
Okay,
So all it is you collect the NOS, and then you got arrows on the floor, and then the arrows give you boost, and then the NOS gives you boost. But you need to press enter to use your boost.
okay.
You see on the where your
Yeah,
speedometer is,
right.
it's got a blue line on it, and if it goes all the way to the end, that you're at maximum NOS,
This game
and
actually looks a
so
lot smoother when I tried it
that you can use press N, and then you can use all your boost.
N? Oh yeah, but no, I'm using a parachute. Oh, there's
Yeah,
an on. Oh, there we go. N.
that
Oh,
was another computer that was slowing you down.
I got some NOS. Okay, hold it there. I'm at the start line, lap 2. Okay, so I'm not gonna play this too much, but I just thought, oh, let's take a look at this and install program on Linux. Man, there's some questions here. Can I just auto drive this? I don't know. I'll just leave it here. Here, let Tux just drive. I'm just gonna drive real slow. Or Tux here. Okay, hey, some comments here. Okay, yeah, that's a good question. Thank you. We'll research. Question is why the Penguin, and how come they don't have Linux Seal or Linux Orca or Linux Iceberg, etc. I'm not sure about that. The Penguin, I think somebody came up with that. Linux has been around since like the 90s, or yeah, I think it was early 90s when Linus Torvalds.
It's supposed to be in a competition,
Oh yeah.
and then someone saw it. I think it was a penguin mascot, and he said he liked it.
Okay, yeah.
Originally, it was supposed to be a fox.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I like the penguin. I like that it's the mascot for Linux has been the penguin. But yeah, here we go. Super Tux. It actually looks pretty nice. This game, like, I think they've like when I tried it before, it looks like they've developed it more so. And I'm not trying to like. I guess with games, the gamers out there, I think you got to get Steam, and there is Steam on Linux. And actually, a lot of Linux Mint users just use Steam, and that's what's brought a lot of people to Linux is they are able to just run games on Steam. But I don't have any games that I can run on Steam, so I don't know. I do know there's several like because I'm old school emulators like Sega Genesis emulator. There's a Super Nintendo emulator. I think I have a joystick up here.
There's a DOSBox emulator.
Yeah. There's all those here. I got my nifty difty.
And then you can download Lutris and have your games all in one location.
Yeah. So I got this USB Sega Genesis controller. It's like kind of the Sega Genesis controller too. I like that for like for the Sega Genesis emulator. Also for even playing NES games, I just always found that Sega Genesis controller was like my favorite of all time. Yeah, tons of programs you can install on here, like you name it. That's one thing for any person who doesn't know about Linux is if I go back to this, there is pretty much an app for everything that like you pretty much can. If you can think of Windows program, there's a Linux equivalent of it. Well, even if you don't have your Sega system, you could probably still play all the ROMs. There's Minecraft. VirtualBox. Went through that before. There's Gparted, which is a good program to have if you want to make format or fix an SD card. Like if you got one of these things and it may have gone bad on you or whatever, but you can format it with Gparted and sometimes fix that or set it up for more useful.
Doesn't Linux Mint have their own formatting tool? Because when I used Linux Mint, that's what they had, their own formatting tool.
They may have one. This might just be one. It might have this one might have a few more bells and whistles than the other one says, but it's right there on the main menu too. Doesn't have GIMP installed. Yeah, I guess with this one is like probably my favorite video player. SMP player. SM player. I don't know how they say it, but it handles if I can't get it to run in VLC, I usually throw a video file at the SMP player.
You know what I like was the it's more minimal,
Mm-hmm.
It's terminal based.
Yeah, another program I like for I like this for editing pictures and stuff. It's called Pinta. It's kind of like your Microsoft Paint equivalent, or photo. Not quite as powerful as Photoshop, and that's what a lot of people say is Photoshop. That's what they use because that's the. I wouldn't think that's what to use, but there is a lot of alternative programs. Like I can use this program and make a thumbnail for a YouTube video or whatever using Pinta. And what it is it's a drawing program, but you put a picture in there if you want to impose it. If you're doing multimedia, and that's what this is. This system is a multimedia system. I've had people tell me that Linux can't do multimedia because they're thinking Linux is like a command line, right? Like they're thinking from like years ago when it was all command line based or something like that. But I mean, like it's a graphical user interface, and I guess with Linux, there's like so many distros to their own detriment. Like anyone can do their own distro. I'm surprised Kevin's not in here because he has his own distro that he's able to do and maintain. And I wanted to have him on one of these streams, and we could look at it together. Although looking at the numbers for the Linux stream, it's not really good. I don't know if it's like worthwhile doing one, but I'm passionate about Linux, and there's a few people out there who are passionate about Linux, so we can do a stream about that.
Another application I recommend is Krita. Is another
What's that?
another paint like program.
How do you spell that?
It's hold on, give me 1 second. Krita. Yeah, it's Krita.
Kria.
No, T before the A. It's another paint program? and image program. Yeah, it's a KDE program.
A lot of the KDE programs. Well, what I actually use Kdenlive's titler to do a lot of thumbnails because you can take put an image in there and then resize it over another image. I want something that I should be able to find something where I can just click on it and expand it or make it smaller with the mouse, but I haven't found a program that actually does that. Maybe it's buried in the settings somewhere because I'm always doing thumbnails for a video or something like that. I'm trying to put pictures together with or a logo in there or something like that for when I'm talking about something. I'll have to try Krita there. It's good to know. Thanks, Leo. I like finding there's so many programs here that I probably haven't even discovered like half of them. There's Spotify. There's Chromium, there's like several, there's lots of web browsers. I guess if you go like, well, games, there'll be a lot of games that you can install. There's Wine, which is the um, basically it's like a Windows emulator. And yeah, several games. But I mainly use this for multimedia, surf the internet, and multimedia development types. I guess you can download a ton of fonts too. But even if you don't have fonts, and you're looking for a particular font, like the Back to the Future font, for example, or something like that, you can install that. Fonts are pretty small too. Like they're basically just like a file with like with all the characters layered out. I don't do any programming, but I'll just click on that just so if there's anyone that does programming, they can see what programming languages there is. You know, several Office programs. Not if you don't just have to use LibreOffice. I liked when it's Open Office. I could say it a lot easier. But it's there. I hear someone's sounds like, yeah, it's Leo. I don't know if everyone can hear that. Accessories. Maybe there's accessories that I don't have because this is kind of more of a bare bones down version of it. Clam TK. Here's one. I've done some videos on that. Like people say, is there a virus scanner for Linux? Well, there is Clam. Installing that. I usually just install this to see what goes on my system. And usually what it detects is Trojans that go into your browser cache, but I don't believe it does anything in Linux. It may do things to your Windows system, but I'm not a huge computer expert. I'm not claiming to be a computer expert or anything. I just am very passionate about Linux, and I'm very happy. I'm a very happy multimedia user with Linux. So I believe somewhere I have an old Heathkit game that I used to an automobile timing gun with infrared light. That's really old, I guess. Yeah. I did see some like TV games. I'll launch the. I'm not going to run it, but I'll show you how to. Um, so you go in your settings of this, and you scan for PUA, scan files that begin with a dot, scan files larger, and you just check all these. You go back and then scan the directory, and mainly you just go to your home directory and hit OK, and it will start scanning. I'm not going to do that now because it'll take too long. That's basically how you do a virus scan in Linux. But a lot of people would arguably say you don't need a virus scanner in Linux. So
Yeah, I'm not really worried about the viruses on Linux. What I'm really worried about is when I download Chrome or some other browser that is phoning home and taking some information from me.
yeah, I like this program. I've used it before. It's the JS test. If you plug in one of your USB joysticks, you want to make sure that the buttons are all working. It works out quite well. KM says popping in just to say thank you. Thank you for popping by and enjoying the stream there, KM. So as I go on and talk about Linuxy things. But this was good to have to. There's another one I did a video on is for joystick is I don't know if it's in here. Clam AV. There's several Tetris videos, that's for sure. floppy joystick. Q joystick. Yes, joystick. No, pad. P. Maybe sometimes there's not the programs that are.
It may be in the Flatpak hub.
Maybe. I'm trying to find here if I have it on my. I'll look in here. Q Joypad. That's Q Joypad. There it is. Just not fancied up there, but this is a good program for if you want to basically map a joystick to your keyboard keys. So it's like basically if you got a game or an emulator and you're running off of the keyboard and it's not going to work for you, you can use this. Also good for online games that don't have a joystick configuration tool. So if you're playing like an emulator online and you have to use the keyboard and you really don't want to use the keyboard, this program will allow you to map any USB joystick on your system. So it'll detect it. It'll just, your up, down, ABC or whatever button you'll need for playing games. Handy tool to have. Yeah, and so that's one of the tools there. Actually, I just had to look up on my YouTube channel just to see. What else do we have? There's Chromium and there's probably other browsers. If you're doing torrents, this program here, QBitTorrent, is a good application. It's kind of like uTorrent for BitTorrents. Oh, it wants my password. Makes me enter my password twice there. That's kind of... But a handy tool to have on your system.
HTOP is very handy too.
Oh yeah, is it kind of like more graphical based?
No, it's more of a terminal based with some more options.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's got more processes that you can see.
Right. There's some... some remote desktop clients there that are open source if you're looking for that kind of thing. Cups is already installed. Now there's Skype, but I don't know if Skype is really up to date. I've tried this. What got me out of using Skype is, well, originally Skype, the reason why I used Skype is it worked really well in Linux. And then when Microsoft bought it, everyone saw Skype kind of go downhill. So it's I'm not going to bother with Skype anymore.
What killed Skype was Discord.
Yeah, Discord's replaced it. I wonder if Discord's in here.
Don't download the Discord from the Mint. Go to the Flatpak website and put that what they tell you to put in your terminal, because the one down there is gonna, when it updates, it's gonna want you to download the Ubuntu version. When you do the Flatpak, you don't have to do anything. It automatically downloads that for you every time it updates.
Oh, really? Okay. So you go to the Flatpak. I'll go into Firefox here. And what's the site for that?
You just search FlatHub.
Discord.
No, you just go Flatpak.
Flathub.org.
FlatHub, yeah, FlatHub is FlatHub.org. It should have a place where it says browse app. Okay,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got it already.
yeah. Google.
Hey, go down to the bottom. You don't want to press install. Okay, it gives you the command. Go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it says right there. Then you put that in your terminal.
Right on. And say yes.
Another yes.
Yeah. And it's installing it there right away. So okay, I didn't know about that. I was doing the way you were saying not to. I probably do a lot of things people say not to do. So we can have a Discord chat here later on tonight. And since this is a Linux night, I bet everyone's on Discord tonight and they're like chatting about satellite because we're not talking about satellite here. No one's in the voice chat in there. There's just a Linux. So yeah. With in the link of this video, there's a. This is still installing. It's taking a while. Anyway, in the link for this video, there is a Discord server for Linux. I call it the Linux Guru Meditation, kind of a kickback to the Amiga days. Just for people that might be friends of this this channel and this group, the satellite group people and all that. For us to talk about Linux. I found there's other Linux groups, but they're really big and really overwhelming Discord servers. I found sometimes Discord servers are really overwhelming with all sorts of sections where you're supposed to, and rules, and it's like so many rules, it will make your head spin. So I'm not really interested in learning a whole bunch of rules before I'm able to post something. So I just put it up there. So if you want to chat about Linux, you can. It's a smaller group, so it doesn't really need to be moderated too much. CP Wolf asks, do I want to talk about Orbeez lineup in the future? This stream is more geared toward Linux. I'll probably talk about that in the future as it becomes available. I know they're trying to get the same channels that they had before. But anyway, we're going to go more focus on this on Linux tonight. JR says, just looked it up. It was called Pong. I'm guessing you have Linux Pong games somewhere. Oh yeah, there's Linux Pong games and Pong clones and stuff. You know another game I like, which is a Linux game that I recommend you guys try out, is Trackball. Not necessarily a Pong, but it's like kind of like a Marble Madness type of game. I don't know if I should install it in here, but Marble Trackball. Really old game, probably like a 20-year-old Linux game. Trackball is an OpenGL-based game for steering a marble through the labyrinth. Basically, it looks like Marble Madness, if you ever played, but it's a 3D version of Marble Madness. So it's kind of a good game. Have you played this game, Leo?
No, I haven't played it. I'm not really too big into games.
Yeah, this is one that's kind of a. a fun, relaxing game to play, in my opinion. It's like you're controlling the ball. It's like you're not cutting people in half, or you're not, getting in cars and throwing people out in the street, and then you get in the car and drive over people. It's not one of those games. It's like you control a marble.
When I did games, I was more into the web browser type games.
Oh yeah, right. I wonder if this is going to play here. Let's see. Did something there. It's going to be one of those things that takes forever to load. Not loading. Could be because I'm running that installing the. It's taking a while. Oh, there it goes. To load up Discord. I'm not gonna launch it. No. Yeah.
It's going to be a different command. It's going to tell you, go back to that Flathub page. Yeah. Go back to it.
Oh,
okay,
yeah, right.
And run it.
Do I have?
But it's also going to be in the menu.
Okay.
In your main menu.
There we go. Discord's loading up here. Oh, I got it on the other screen here on my computer. It's just doing all the updates and all that. It's kind of nice that it does all that automatically. Yeah, my concern, I guess, would be I'm not going to log in right now, but it goes to the web page. But it will show Discord running in the background. Great program to run. I mean, you can install off your computer, but this is a good way of, that you showed me this, Leo, on how to run Discord without having to, because I do get bugged and updated all the time. And I have to reinstall it and all that. I forget my password for Discord right now, so I'll have to do this later, okay? Close the terminal. So it should be in here for Discord, right?
Yes.
There it is. And it's doing its thing again. There's super user. I'll bring it over here. There we go. So yeah, okay. I have Discord, and I can go to the menu and load up Discord if I wanted to load up Discord. I just wasn't sure about with the flat pack stuff because I tried. I think that's where I went wrong with my last install of Mint. Is I installed Kdenlive as the native version and the Flatpak version, and then both versions were crashing on me. For whatever reason. I don't know why.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So other Flatpak programs in easel. So there we go. I just went through like how you install something. A lot of the times you just to install programs on Linux, you just copy and paste a command into the command line. You go to the website and it'll tell you you'll add a repository in here, and all you need to know how to do is to copy paste it pretty much, and install programs like that. You can do that with GQRX and OBS are like that, but I have actually installed them right here in the software manager. I like this because it is like kind of like the Google Play Store, right? Although this was around, they've had this years before there was a Google Play Store.
There's also another package manager called a synthetic package manager.
Yeah, that's one of the old ones. Yeah, and it has like just about everything and a lot of old programs, but a lot of the old programs are still good.
No, it's the exact same stuff that you're looking at right now, but it's condensed into just the words, like the names of the programs.
Yeah. It has all that stuff. Yeah. And
then it gives you even the what's it called, the other programs that you need to run that program, like the metadata.
Okay. Another program to have if you have a MIDI keyboard is this program, LMMS. It's a music editing program. I've done a video about this before. It's just a fun program playing around with. It's a huge online. It's a huge suite. It's basically, and when I was in high school, we had what was the thing called? Cakewalk for Windows. I guess this would be like the equivalent to Cakewalk. You have a ton of instrument sounds and all that. So if you hook like an old keyboard with a MIDI interface, the MIDI to USB dongles are like, I don't know, a couple bucks off of eBay, or I recommend eBay. And you can hook a keyboard up to this program if you have one of those old keyboards. So it's kind of a fun multimedia program if you're interested in making music, making some synthwave tunes or whatever. This would probably be the program to do it. And player. Another program they have is a DVD burner program. I used this years ago for burning DVDs. These Brasio, and it's a CD DVD burner program. Actually, you can make like MP3 data CDs and all that kind of with that program. So it's a very handy tool to have. I don't think it comes. Yeah, it doesn't come install.
There's another one called XRP.
Okay, yeah. Did I pass it here?
No, I don't think so. I know it comes stock on the XFC version of Mint.
Yeah, and then even that version, it might have even some lighter weight programs to do that. This is I don't know if this has got better. This is like the only video editor. Kino was like the first video editor, and it was like not good at all. I don't know if it's gotten better. I haven't even tried it in years. OBS Studio, editor, Pidivy. Never tried this one. I don't know if that would be any good.
Another thing, you gotta be careful with some of these programs. Like some of these are super outdated.
Yeah, some of these are quite old. I mean, some of these programs I was using 10 years ago, and I don't think they've been.
I'm not sure if Linux Mint is deleting the old programs or auditing them at least to see if they're old or new. But yeah, there is. I have seen that there is programs that are super old.
Yeah, there's a ton of programs here that are probably very dated. I mean, some of them, the way I see them is they still work, and some of them are my go-to because I used it like 10 years ago, and it still does what I need it to do. I wonder if there is. Am I just going right through the sound and video? Yeah. Sometimes they have the little graphic of what the program does. All right. Oh no, it's a. Okay. Oh. There it is. I wanted to install Caffeine. That's the kind of my go-to if you're gonna use a TV tuner. You use this program, right, Leo? It's Caffeine.
Yes, I use it quite often.
Yeah. This is a program. If you have a TV tuner, like an ATSC tuner for your computer, you can basically scan in the over-the-air channels with that and watch it with this program. Great, because there's a lot of programs. It makes it pretty easy with the interface for doing that compared to other.
See, I'm running a Fedora 36, and when I install Caffeine, it's also installing VLC as a dependency.
Oh yeah.
So I'm getting two programs for one.
Yeah. This is Linux Mint Mate. I'm not sure if there's a version of this Linux Mint Mate for the Raspberry Pi. I looked into it before, but I wasn't able to find.
No, they don't. They don't have any ARM processors. Just the x86 processors only.
Yeah, because they do have
Now,
an
straight Ubuntu has the ARM processors.
Yes, the Ubuntu.
Also Fedora too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I played around with that before, and when I used with the ARM processors with the Raspberry Pi, I was kind of disappointed because some of the programs, like VLC, wouldn't play videos properly. It would crash all the time. I think they fixed that now in their newer version of that with video players. But you had to really mess around with it to make the video player to actually work out of the. It didn't work out of the box. I know that much. And it wouldn't play YouTube videos. You couldn't just go on Firefox and play YouTube videos. Now with this, I can pretty much go right on YouTube off the live USB disk and be able to watch YouTube videos and have sound and connect with Wi-Fi on my system, which is pretty handy. Like,
I know
basically, I've done this before with Linux with the live disk. I've actually, when my hard drive died and I didn't have money to go out and buy one right away, I actually used my computer, laptop, and had a thumb drive in it, and I used that as my computer for a while until I actually had enough money to go get a new hard drive and put it in my old laptop.
Now, one thing for viewers to know is that newer hardware, you may have to go into the driver settings and download the new Wi-Fi driver, or update to the newest kernel in order to get Wi-Fi working.
That might be one way of doing it. I haven't had that problem in a long time.
I had that problem, and the only way to fix it was either connect the computer by Ethernet cable and then update the driver manually, or update the kernel.
Wow. Okay.
It's because the computer was about 3-4 months brand new off the assembly line. Like, I got it right when they started making those computers. Even though it's low end hardware, it was a brand new computer. HP just came out with,
Yeah. Now here is, like, if you're using the clock and that's something that bothers you, that 24-hour format, you just switch it there. You go right in, click on the clock, and you can change that around. If you want to show the seconds, I like seeing the seconds on my computer. And also, when I'm editing video, it's nice when you see seconds, because you know if your computer's not crashed on you, if you still see the second counter moving. Here, I'll close that down. So there, I got that going there. So I got the seconds meter, got that moved up to the top. Pretty much configured it the way I like it. I don't know if I could change the theme.
You could change the menus. Literally, you can change it from this advanced one you got on right now to a classic theme, or to a brisk theme.
Where is that in the administration here, or?
I think you gotta click on the panel itself.
Oh yeah, right. I had that earlier.
And then it says, no, it should be edit panel or something like that. It should come up with a menu that lets you take away the preferences. Maybe no.
Sometimes mint and
it'll let you edit the whole entire panel, basically.
Yeah. I'll close this down. I'll close down a few of these things and make room. Sometimes it's just because there's so many programs running, it makes it so that
it should be panel settings, maybe. I haven't used Mate in a while, but I do know that there is an option for that.
about.
Go back to that menu you just had. Okay, I think it is properties.
Yeah, there we go. It doesn't give you a lot in mate.
No, that ain't it. That ain't it.
Yeah,
There's another one.
Yeah, the thing about mate is it's very lightweight, so it doesn't have all the features that you may have in Cinnamon, where you right click there and you here it could be in preferences, appearance.
It should be panel.
You talking about the appearance? I was in there earlier.
No, it's not. It's not that. It'll let you add launchers and other things onto the panel.
Yeah. This actually, you can. I just clicked on that there. It says opening themes. You can actually download a ton of themes. I used to do that all the time. And you can install. I wonder if it has the Commodore. What am I doing here? Install. I don't know if I'm installing anything. Where did that thing go? Here we go. Get more themes online. Do I have to actually install? Oh, I gotta install them here. I'd have to download that and then get like a theme package and install it, which I have done before. You go to this website and you can download, I don't know, Commodore. I wonder if they have that. Not found. Nothing found. There you go.
I see what we were doing wrong. It's add to panel. That's what you need to click.
I need to go add a panel.
Yeah, no, yeah. It says click there, and it should say add to panel.
Remove from panel, but there's no add to panel. Locked panel. No, that's not that. Yeah, make more room. New panel. I don't really want to make a new panel.
No, add to panel. It's add to panel is the first option right there. It's going to give you a drop down list.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
And then you put in menu, and then you can change your menu, icons, launchers, and all of that.
Application launcher, mint menu, window selector.
You got classic menu, compact menu, and mint menu.
Yeah, classic menu. Should I add that? I guess. Oh wow, that's
now you got the traditional. Now you can go have a easier way to find your folders.
Oh wow, I can take that way, eh? I can take that. Classic.
And the compact is real compact. It's just going to be the applications.
How do I get rid of that now that I added that? Just go here and remove it, eh?
Yeah, just click remove from panel.
Okay, yep. I like that it has that classic thing here. This is like classic Ubuntu feel to it, right? Classic Linux Mint.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can basically make this look like Ubuntu, like from like the late 2000s before Unity came along.
Basically, GNOME 3.
GNOME 3, yeah. It looks like GNOME 3. That's awesome. I'm gonna take this away. Maybe I might add that again and like remove the bar and just have like applications at the front. I love the one. That's when I love Linux.
It's the compact one then you want.
Compact.
Yeah, the compact.
Where
it's the one that's already selected.
Oh yeah.
You just press add.
Oh yeah, I got it right there. See, it just added it there. But I don't want that on there right now because I can move it. Like the thing about that too is you can put it over here, but I actually have it here right here, Leo, and it has everything there that I need. So that's pretty nifty, though. That's I didn't realize we had that option here to do that.
and then you can add launchers and whatever else you want.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I didn't realize that was in there. That's a nice feature. Do you know? I wonder if interface, if I can do the desktop theme graphic things. I don't know if I'm going to crash my system setting that up, but like there is a cool feature I used to have where it would when you close the window, it folded the window in an airplane and just sort of flew off into a corner.
Oh, I know. I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about like what was it called? It's a window manager. That's what it is. It's a window manager type thing. I think it was K-Wind or something like that. Or what's the other one?
Windows properties, maybe.
A composite or whatever. I forget what the name is.
Yeah, composite. Yeah. You used to be able to do like the barrel cube. You can still do that. I have that in my other system. Behavior.
What was it?
This is very big. Like I don't care about that stuff, but it is kind of neat to do it. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that with this system. I'm just basically using this just as my main computer. For I don't know how long I'll be using this. I bought a new hard drive for it though, so it's basically a 2 terabyte, and I still use hard disk drives, not like solid state drives. And the reason for that is I put 4K video on this system, so I put the 4K video on the main drive and then render it out.
Oh, so I've just figured out what it was that you were looking for. It was Compiz. Compiz, that's what it's called.
I might have to actually download that and install that right now. And then it gives you a warning, but it should be okay. I'll go into the software manager.
I know on the Fedora 36, they come with Compiz automatically.
Yeah. Depending on the distro, it will come with it.
Yeah, it depends on the distro.
I don't know if it's comp. That's going to come down to how do I spell comp is?
You already passed it. It's COMPIZ. Is next one up.
It's already in here. Okay, it's in here. Compiz settings manager.
Yeah, but then they got another one that's on top of it. Yeah, up further. Oh, it's got a check mark already. It's already in there.
Yeah, this isn't another way you can launch programs if you can't find it. Is you just do this. If it will launch, I don't know. Here it goes. Compiz config sites manager. There, it's actually going to work there for whatever reason. Warning is an advanced tool used with caution. Okay, so guys, if this stream ends here, this is where it will end here. But we'll be on Discord after, so we'll end it if this crashes the system. But we'll see how much we can get away with. So there's the 3D effects. I love those. There's the animation out. See, there's the paper airplane. So where is the airplane? Airplane flying air. Yeah, that's what I want. Is it going to do it? No, it didn't do it. How do I get this to activate? It's really cool. It's a really cool feature. Like just your window folds up into an airplane, flies into the corner. Oh, what am up? And it needs to be when airplane flying length. Is it too fast? I don't know. Grid. Is it fold and closing? I don't know if it'll do it now. It's doing that right now. Do I got the barrel working? No, it's just doing the workplaces right now. I don't know. Fly 2 tasks per hour, minimize. Yeah, And anyway, I got all that. Beam. Okay, there's a beam up feature, and there's also the burn feature. It turns to red. Oh, domino. Whatever. I clicked on something there. All right, let's see here. Use this plugin, yeah. Enable, yeah. So did I need to add something to make it start doing it, or what do I need to do here? Effects. Do I need to? There's the desktop cube. It's not doing it there, no. Control Alt down. Control Alt down. Oh, it's still doing that workplace thing. Workplace. Gray. Okay. This is like looks really old, this thing. What am I not? Why is it not doing it? I might have to select something here. I've done it before, and I played around with it, and I eventually figured it out. Still doing that. There's something I have to do here to make that. I have to unselect something here. I don't know. Is there like a... thought I'd have to enable it or something. Maybe I have to restart the computer. I don't know.
I would think that it would have a problem because you got cube selected, and then you got the airplane thing selected. Too many effects at one time, maybe.
Could be. Could be. Here, I'll just disable desktop cube. All right, and let's see. No, still doing it. Cube, rotate cube. And there's another rotate. It could be this thing. So
maybe you need to close out the program itself before it takes effect.
Yeah, it could be. I'll turn it off.
No, doesn't look like it did anything.
Oh well, you know, I'll leave that at that right now. It's not a big deal. It's really like the actual using of that is very. I don't know. It's not.
Yeah, you could probably get that working off screen.
Yeah, it could be. And doing a live stream, I could see that crashing, so I won't bother doing it right now. They probably do have a learning tutorial on that, but like some of the tutorials are so old, it doesn't really matter anymore. Yeah, so that's that. These are the desktop themes, I guess. Team, community. It's just like the desktop themes. I know there's tons of themes that you can just download and then install on here too. Just like
they're talking about the desktop environment releases.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So when they updated the desktop environment.
Oh, okay, for their default version. Okay, yeah.
Yes, when they add features and when they took away features.
And it's looking kind of old there. Copyright 2012, 2021 made developments. I thought that's what it brought up.
Yeah, mate is like the old Chevy you don't want to get rid of.
Yeah. I'm happy with Mate though. It's I think as long as the programs don't crash on me, I'm happy. My SDR already is working way better than
That's
it ever
that's
did
what
before.
most people want, you know, just the
Yeah,
programs to work.
yeah, that's mainly what I want is the video editor to work and other programs like that to work. And sorry, people, if you're bored with this stream. I'm just kind of playing around with Mate and just seeing what comes of it. Another thing I just want to point out, I guess I never actually clicked on it, Leo, is the install update manager. I like doing this myself too. Now, a lot of people will do it another way where I'll do it after the stream, but you can install updates. It'll ask you your password. I don't. Some people recommend doing it with the command line. I tend to do it here. I just click on that and then go ahead and do it. I like graphical user interfaces. I like this though. This works pretty good. Calculator. There we go. Picture viewers and all that. It'll do its thing. So yeah, that's I'm getting tired here. So that's about really all I have to say. Just for like I guess an introduction to Linux Mint. Or you can download it if you want to get an ISO of it. LinuxMint.com. You can go to their website and download Linux Mint. They change it every. I don't know how often they have to change. Like is it every 6 months, pretty much, Leo. You find like they change.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with me.
They have like a long-term support version. So usually, like for someone who doesn't want to update their system a lot, there probably is a an online support for this. Yahoo sponsored Linux Mint and DuckDuckGo, and you can donate to Linux Mint if you use it and you want to help fund them. If you want to donate Bitcoin to Linux Mint, you can. I don't know if you can donate. Oh yeah, they have Ethereum and XRP for if you want to donate to cryptocurrencies. I think a lot of places are doing that now. Where if I don't know if it's like it's not like PayPal or Patreon where they take a percentage. Where with Bitcoin, I guess you get more money of what you're donating goes 100% to them. Yeah, so
They also have Debian editions on the website.
where was that, Leo?
I said there's Debian editions of Linux Mint on the website.
Not right here though, on the download page.
No, not right there. You gotta go to download, and then you gotta go to their Debian on the other versions, and then Debian 5, LMDE 5.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
It's gonna be on the bottom of that page.
Okay. Yeah. Debian Cinnamon.
Yeah, 4 and 5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. These are all the versions. It doesn't say the long version of it. Now, distro watch. I'll just Google it. DISTRO. I don't know how they get this information. That's like, I guess, one of the. We will tell you what the most popular, but I don't know how they get their information, right? Where's their like top 10 list or whatever?
You gotta go to homepage, I think.
I'm on their homepage.
Okay, I think you need to scroll down then. Yeah, scroll down.
Latest distributions. Oh, these are the latest to be released as of recently.
No, it's on the other side. You're on the right hand
yeah.
side where your picture of your face is at. That's where it tells you how many people. They're just showing you how many people are actually going to their website and then clicking on their link and then downloading the page.
Oh, okay.
The
So there's a whole lot of MX Linux people that are saying, "Hey, let's make us go to the top of DistroWatch and download through DistroWatch."
I don't know how they're getting these up arrows and down arrows.
Yeah, it's they can't really tell for sure because a lot of the ISOs for installing Linux can be transferred with torrents. You can download it as a torrent file, so it is.
Yeah, but then also here's the deal: how many of these people are just bots, just clicking to make the distro more popular?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, it's like on Twitter or anywhere else, really. There's a lot of bots. It has a top 100 though. The cool thing about that is you see Ubuntu Studios one I tried. It's way down at 88. But basically, here's what I got to say about Ubuntu Studios. Like, well, people are like, oh, if you want to do video editing, we'll just get Ubuntu Studio. But the problem is, it's I don't know, not as well supported. I guess I don't know. Robo Linux, I like the sound of that. Basically, all you need to really do is get the most top well supported version, like Ubuntu or Ubuntu. Or Linux Mint, and then just basically install the video editor on that and have it run on that, and you should be fine. Oh, that was the situation I tried a while ago when I tried to use the what was the video editor? People were raging about it, and it was you had to get CentOS to, and that was not the most easiest operating system to install, but you had to get that, and then run that video editor on it. And I was very impressed with it, actually.
Which one? DaVinci Resolve?
Yeah, DaVinci Resolve. People were raving about it, and I tried it. I was like,
but isn't that a paid subscription?
Yeah, it's you got to jump through some hoops. We're with OpenShot or with Olive or Arcade Live. You just download it and it works. It does what you need it to do. You don't have to sign up for That's interesting though. DistroWatch, place to check out if you're interested in Linux stuff. What else do we have? Ubuntu. Let's go to Ubuntu's website. Actually, can't I just go here? I could just probably go there. Pop OS. I haven't looked at Pop OS. Let's see what it will take me to their website. It's Ubuntu Debian based Pop OS. A lot of people are talking about like Pop OS that they.
I like the fail that this text tip did. How he's typing in to install stuff, and then when he gets to the point, it says this will what you're installing will uninstall all your desktop important files and everything. And it says you have to type in "do as I say," and it kills his whole entire computer.
Well, Pop OS with this company here, they actually sell. System 76 actually sells computers with Linux installed on them. So like but I find the prices are I mean, I got a ThinkPad over here and a Lenovo ThinkPad, and it's I don't know, it's such a good price. I mean, it's maybe they got better prices here now though. This looks like it's a pretty good an i7 for about $1,000.
Check out HP. HP is coming pre-installed with Pop! OS now.
Oh, HPs are now?
Yeah, they started with their first laptop a couple weeks back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to request it though, because
Yeah.
they're normally using Windows, but if you want Linux, they're gonna put Pop! OS.
Where do I get the there? Ubuntu.com. Whatever. Canonical Ubuntu. Well, my experience running Linux on my ThinkPad has been pretty good. I find they can handle Linux, and I actually dual boot off of it, and it's um, yeah. Robert says Ubuntu Mate is better integration menu panels, etc. That's good to hear if you're using that, Roberto. Yeah, yeah. It's I'm gonna be giving it a try. Actually, I was using Mate a long time ago, and I was very happy with it. And then I just kind of decided, hey, on next cycle came out, I went with Cinnamon for a while, and yeah, it worked. You know what? Cinnamon works decently on my laptop, and my desktop's even faster. But I thought, well, I just want something that um, it's just going to run my video editor and basically, run as my everyday computer, pretty much.
You know the thing about the Ubuntu's, you gotta go in there, and then the first thing you gotta do after you install is you gotta remove Snapd, and then you remove the whole entire Snap store.
Why is that?
It's because it's running snaps natively in the background.
Oh, okay. Well, what's wrong with that? Like, why is that bad?
I just don't like snaps personally, and some of the snaps that you download is not working correctly. And then it just extra processes in the background that's hogging RAM and other stuff, loading up your system.
They don't have it here anymore, but what they used to have here is used to be able to install Ubuntu on old Macs, but they don't have that here. They have like a server for Macs and Windows. Might like Kubuntu better because I really like Kubuntu when I used to use it a long time ago. And
Chris Titus Tech.
is that guy there?
That was the guy's face that they just showed.
Yeah, oh yeah, they just have them on their website. Yeah. Anyway, it's Kubuntu is something I used and I was quite happy with it for a while. And the interesting thing with Kubuntu is I was able to install like the old version of Mate. Was it Mate? No, it was GNOME. So I could log out of it and go back in, and it would let me install GNOME with it, and I just logged back in, and basically I had the GNOME environment. Yeah.
Yeah, with any desktop, you can add a second environment.
Yes, you can do that pretty much. Yeah, you go. Can I just do that in the software manager if I wanted to add a KDE environment?
I'm not 100% sure that it's going to be in the software store.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I did it before. I don't know how I.
You're gonna it may okay, there it is. It's KDE full right there, but you don't want KDE full. You want KDE the basic, the minimal KDE. You already got application. That's gonna install KDE with the full suite of KDE apps with it.
Oh, okay.
There's a way to go and get the minimal one in the terminal. Okay, KDE standard. That's another one. Be less applications.
Yeah.
The next one, it should go down and say KDE minimal, or
Let's see if I can find it here. KDE config style. Must have passed it. KDE, what would it be the other word you're saying?
I was saying KDE minimal. It'll probably be easier to type it in on the terminal.
KDE. This?
I don't know. We gotta read it. Yeah.
Teleplay? Telepathy? I don't know if that's what you're talking about. No one's recommended it. Oh, music education software. Oh, that's kind of something I'm looking into. I'll install that. Sorry. Munich. Something to teach me to play some notes. Yeah. Interesting, though. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna probably this week. I'll add a lot more programs to the system, and I'll see how it's going. Easier to learn. You know what? My experience with this is comparing it to Windows. I found Linux a lot easier to learn than Windows. I mean, you do have to Google, do a search to learn how to do things on there at times, and sometimes you can go down a rabbit hole and you're like get overwhelmed. But I like having these groups. I think we need to have like a Discord server sometime where we just sort of voice chat, because I rather voice chat with people sometimes than read constantly, go down like rabbit hole after rabbit hole, this stuff. Anyway, yeah, I think I might wrap up this stream now. Did you want to go over on Discord after?
I don't know. It depends how many people are there.
Yeah, I might pop on Discord there for a little bit, and I'll pop into both the servers to see if there's anyone there who wants to chat. I just wanted to kind of go through this here. I didn't want to take this much time doing it, but I thought I would look around and play around with Linux Mint for tonight, and maybe somebody might decide to try it out. If you have an older laptop computer or an old computer and you're not using it, it had Windows on it. It's always good. Maybe Windows isn't working on you. It's always Mate would be a good Mate, or K. What's the other one there? Leo, or even
It's just like anything else. You try it, you may like it.
Yep.
and maybe your newest addition to your lifestyle. You know,
Yeah.
using Linux.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, so I'll end the stream now, and if you guys have any questions, ask that in the comments. If you want to donate to me for my work and videos and stuff, I have some crypto links there as well as my other stuff. So if you want to donate crypto to me, I set up a wallet for receiving donations if you wanted to do that. Uh, just even like a few dollars. I just want to see if the thing will work. Um, for this, like if I get like a million of you to send me $1, you know, that would help me out. I'll start an internet or no, yeah, or an internet and a satellite TV station or something like that. All I need is $1 million.
Everybody's talking about getting a satellite TV station. I'm thinking to myself, hey, wouldn't it be just be easier just to make the store, like have all a physical store with all the satellite equipment, and sell that to hobbyists.
Oh yeah, well, if that's what you want to do. All right, well, I'll end the stream now, guys. I'll be on Discord for a bit. I still got to load up this computer and get it all. I got a lot more configuring to do, but this is kind of my start on this new reinstall on this one here. And so thanks for watching, guys, for people out there watching, and we'll chat next time.